Hi, welcome back to Navigating Senior Care with Stella. I'm your host, Stella Williams, and this is the episode where everything comes together. We've covered legal documents, we've tackled finances, we've talked about respite care and taking care of yourself. Now we're ready for the big decision, how to choose the right facility. This is episode 15, How to Choose the Right Facility, My Professional Process. This is literally what I do every single day as a senior placement advocate. And today I'm walking you through my exact process, the framework that has helped hundreds of families find the right fit for their parent. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed about where to even start, today you're getting that roadmap. So let's do this. Okay, first thing, there's no such thing as the right facility that's right for everyone. The right facility is the one that's right for your parent, your family, your financial situation, your values. So the first step isn't looking at communities, it's looking inward. Here's my process. Step one, define your parents' actual needs. Not what you think they need, what they actually need. This is where most families go wrong. They think their parent needs assisted living when they're actually independent, or they think independent living will work when memory care is really what's needed. This is why assessments matter. If you haven't done a proper assessment, and I mean a professional one, not just your gut feeling, do it now. It changes everything. Ask yourself, can your parent manage medications without supervision? Can they manage finances? Can they cook, clean, do laundry? Can they use the bathroom independently? Do they have cognitive decline or dementia? Can they get up and down from the bed safely? Do they have medical needs that require nursing oversight? Be honest. Sometimes we downplay how much help our parent actually needs because we're not ready to face it. But that's when you pick the wrong place. Step two, understand the care levels. Independent living, your parent is functionally independent. They just want community activities, meals. They don't need assistance with daily tasks. Assisted living, your parent needs help with some activities of daily living, maybe medications, maybe bathing, maybe meal prep. They're cognitively intact or minimally impaired. Memory care, your parent has significant dementia or Alzheimer's. They need supervision, specialized programming, and especially a secure environment. Skilled nursing. Your parent needs medical oversight, wound care, complex medication management, physical therapy, post hospitalization recovery. Residential care homes. Usually smaller, more intimate settings for people who need assistance but not the full medical oversight of skilled nursing. Know which category your parent actually fits in. This narrows everything down immediately. Step three, know your priorities. This is where values come in. What matters most to you? Is it the proximity to family, the cost, specific programming, art, music, fitness, pet friendly, outdoor space, religious affiliation, community size, dementia specific training? Write them down in order. You can't have everything. So know what non negotiables are. That's your filter. What's most important to you? Okay, so you know your parents' needs and your priorities. Now you research. Start local. Use your resources. Call your area agency on aging. Search online. Get recommendations from your parents' doctors, their social workers, people you trust who've done this. In Central Texas, I literally know most of the communities, but you should still do your own research. Google reviews, regulatory records, whatever. Get a list. Check regulatory records. This is boring but important. Go to Texas Health and Human Services website, look up the communities on your list. What's their compliance record? Do they have violations? What kind? Recent or old? Are they related to safety, staffing, or quality? Some violations are minor paperwork stuff. Some are major safety issues. Learn the difference. Narrow your search based on needs, priorities, and regulatory records. Narrow your list to 5 to 7 communities maximum. Don't research 20 places. You'll drive yourself crazy. Get pricing and availability. Call each community, ask for the pricing on your parents' care level, ask about availability, ask if they'll let you tour, ask about contracts. Write it down so you don't have to remember. This is where the rubber meets the road. Touring a community tells you so much if you know what to look for. I'm going to walk you through my tour process. This is what I do when I'm showing a family a community. Before you go, schedule the tour, ask to tour mid morning or mid afternoon, times when activities are actually happening. Not early morning or late afternoon when activity levels are low. Ask if you can see common areas. Ask if you can see actual resident rooms. Some communities will show you a model room. That's not good enough. Model rooms are beautiful. Ask to see an occupied resident room with permission, of course. What you're looking for? The physical space. Walk in. What's your gut reaction? Does it smell clean? Are there odors you can't identify? That's important. Bad smells often indicate cleaning issues or other problems. Look at the common areas. Are residents actually there? Are they engaged? Are they just sitting? Are they looking neglected or well cared for? Look at the outdoor space. Is there safe outdoor access? Is it actually usable or is it a tiny patio nobody goes to? Look at staffing. Can you see staff? Do they engage with residents? Do residents seem to know them or do they look lost and ignored? Look at cleanliness. Are hallways clean? Are bathrooms clean? Are residents' rooms clean? Look at the details. Baseboards, light fixtures, corners. Dirt in corners mean they're not actually cleaning thoroughly. What you're looking for, programming and engagement. Ask to see their activity schedule. Ask what activities happen. Are they just playing bingo and coloring? Or is there actual cognitive stimulation, physical activity, social engagement? For memory care specifically, ask about their approach to dementia care. What training do staff get? How do they handle behavior issues? Do they use validation therapy or reality orientation? How is outdoor space designed for wandering? This matters enormously. A community that gets dementia care gets it. One that doesn't, they're just managing behavior. What you're looking for in staffing. Ask about staffing ratios. How many residents per caregiver? For memory care, one caregiver to four residents is good. One to six or eight is sketchy. Ask about turnover. What percentage of their staff turns over annually? Less than 25% is good, more than 50 is a red flag. Ask if staff are trained. Are they dementia certified, CPR certified? Do they get ongoing training? Ask about the care plan process. How do they access residents' needs? How often do they reassess? How do they adjust care? Do families get input? All these are important questions. This is the most important one. What are you looking for? Your parent fit. Is your parent going to fit with the population there? If they are sharp as attack cognitively, you don't want them in a facility where everyone has advanced dementia. They'll be bored and isolated. If your parent has dementia, you don't want them in a place full of independent seniors. Different needs, different community. Ask about admission criteria. Does this community take your parents' specific needs? Some places say they take memory care, but they really only take people in early stages. Questions to ask directly. Here are the questions I will always ask. What happens if my parents' needs change and they need more care than you provide? What's your medication management process? How do you prevent errors? What's your process when a resident has a fall or medical emergency? How often can family visit? Are there visiting restrictions? What's your staffing plan for nights and weekends? What's included in the fee versus what costs extra? Can I speak to current residents and families about their experience? How do you handle end of life care? What's your COVID protocol or whatever the current health protocol is? What's your discharge policy? Under what circumstances would you ask my parent to leave? And don't rely on your memory for all these questions that you have answered. Write them down. These are red flags, what not to miss, because there are some things that if you see them, you walk out and don't look back. The major red flags for staffing shortage, if you tour and there's clearly not enough staff present, the residents waiting for assistance, staff looking overwhelmed, care needs going unmet. That's not a community to choose. Short staffing leads to bad outcomes. The major red flag in residents look neglected. Unwashed, hair uncombed, clothes stained, sitting in chairs all day, not engaged. That's not just sad, that's a sign of systemic care failure. Major red flag for families not welcome. If the community makes it hard for family to visit or seems annoyed by your questions, that's them showing you who they are. Believe them. Good communities want family involvement. The major red flag for they won't answer questions. If they dodge your questions or get defensive, walk, transparency matters. Open, good communities answer your questions. The major red flags, they can't tell you their care plan process. If you ask about care plans and they can't explain their process, that's a red flag. Care plans should be individualized, regularly reviewed, and family informed. Major red flag for frequent turnover or complaints. If you know people who use them or you find lots of complaints online, pay attention. One complaint might be one person, multiple complaints usually indicate a pattern. The major red flag for cost seems too good to be true. If memory care is 3,500 a month when everyone else is paying 6,500, ask why. Sometimes it's because they're new or smaller, sometimes because they're cutting corners. Investigate. After you've toured and researched, you're going to feel overwhelmed. Breathe. That's normal. Now here's how you decide. Compare against your criteria. Go back to the priorities you wrote down. How does each community score? Make a simple chart. Community name meets care needs, yes or no. Fits values, priorities, yes or no. Staff ratio, write it down like 1 to 4, 1 to 6, 1 to 8. Cost within budget, yes or no. Good regulatory record, yes or no. Gut feeling, good, neutral, bad. Look at the chart. Usually one or two communities will stand out. Trust your gut, but check your bias. Your gut reaction matters, but also check your bias. Are you drawn to a place because it's beautiful, but the care isn't great? Are you avoiding a place because it looks dated, but the care is excellent? The right place doesn't have to be fancy. It has to be safe, clean, engaged, and appropriate for your parents' needs. Talk to your parent if possible. If your parent can participate, let them tour with them. See if they have a preference. This is their home. Their input matters. Make the decision. At some point, you have to choose. There will never be a perfect option, but there will be a right option for your parent right now. Choose it. Move forward. Stop second guessing. When my mom needed memory care, I did the whole process. And you know what? Even knowing what I know, it was hard. Let me walk you through how this played out for one of my families. I'll call them the Johnson family. Their mom had early stage memory care needs and they were at a crossroads. Facility or home based care with support. They did the assessment work. Mom could still do some things independently, but she needed help with medications and there were safety concerns around leaving the stove on. They had 3 adult children and all with their own families, all trying to coordinate care. So they compared. Option one was a memory care community, good staffing, warm environment, the works, but it would cost $6,500 a month. And honestly, mom wasn't quite at that level yet. Option two was keeping her home with caregiver support, day programs, and their own family involvement. This meant hiring help, managing schedules, coordinating with providers, being the quarterback. It was messy and complicated. But it kept mom in her home, in her community, with her stuff around her. There's no wrong answer here, but what I watched this family do was make the decision based on mom's needs and values, not on what's easier for them. Mom wanted to stay home. She wasn't ready for community living. So they built a home based care plan. They hired caregivers. They set up systems. Yes, it required more active management from the family, but it was the right choice for her right then. And they built in a plan. If her needs change, if she progresses, they'd revisit. Communities don't go anywhere. The option will be there if they need it later. But right now, home with support is the right fit. That's how you make good decisions. You assess, you compare honestly, and you choose based on the actual person's needs, not on convenience, not on fear, on what's right. Next week, episode 16, we're doing virtual tours, what to look for, questions to ask when you can't tour in person, and how to leverage technology. Then episode 17 is red flags deep dive, and episode 18 wraps up the season with building your care team. But honestly, if you do the work from this episode and assessing your parent, knowing your priorities, touring carefully, checking red flags, you're going to make a good decision. You've got this. If you need help navigating any of this, I'm here. Williams Senior Transition Services. You can go to StellaWilliamsTX.com or tourseniorliving.org. That's where you can find the communities that I've already researched and vetted for you. That's what I do. Thanks for tuning in to Navigating Senior Care with Stella. Y'all have a blessed day.